Adam cut the rope into 3 pieces. The first piece was 4.5 meters longer than 1/4 of the original length of the rope. The second piece was 3.3 meters longer than 3/5 of the remaining rope after the first cut. The third piece was 8.7 meters. What was the original length of the rope? So in this case, what we want to do is we want to create a model. So we're just going to draw a simple rectangle to signify that this is the original length of the rope. So first thing is, the first piece was 4.5 meters longer than 1/4 of the original length of the rope. So we will just want to cut 1/4. So just cut like this, 1/4. And the first piece was 4.5 meters longer. So that means it will look something like this. The first piece is 1/4 of the original length plus 4.5 meters. Okay, so now let's move on to the second piece. The second piece was 3.3 meters longer than 3/5 of the remaining rope at first. So the remaining rope is like this. So the remaining rope looks something like this. Then it says here, the second piece was 3.3 meters longer than the 3/5 of the remaining rope, which will look something like this. So 3/5 of the remaining rope plus 3.3 meters. And the last one is the third piece, which is this one over here. So the third piece is 8.7 meters. So what's the original length? Okay, so from here, what we can do is we can find out 2/5 of remaining rope, which is basically, so if I were to extend this out a bit, it will look something like this, right? 2/5 is basically 3.3 plus 8.7. And this will give us 12 meters. So we want to find 5 out of 5 remaining rope. So we can do 1 out of 5 remaining rope as well. So 1 out of 5 remaining rope is basically 12 divided by 2. This will give us 6 meters. Then 5 out of 5 is 6 times 5. And this will give us 30 meters. So now we know that the remaining rope is 30 meters. Then can we get the original length of the rope with what we see over here? Yes, we can. So you can see that the remaining rope over here plus 4.5 is actually 3/4. So that means 3/4 of original rope will then be equal to 30 plus 4.5, and this will be 34.5 meters. Then 1/4 of original, so yeah, 1/4 of original rope is 34.5 divided by 3 is 11.5. So the total length of the original rope, 4 of the original rope is 11.5 times 4, and this will give us 46 meters. Okay, there you go. So that's the answer, 46 meters.